Okay.
All right.
Hey,
Awesome. Episode 2.
episode 2. Thanks for joining us again.
Yes.
Here we are. My name is Isa. This is my dad, Amir. Welcome to Therapy with My Dad, where we ask questions about almost anything therapy related to my dad, who is a licensed therapist, and he's going to give his answer. And we're also going to ask questions from the audience in our Questions from the Audience segment, which is questions from last week's video asked in the description of the video by people like you watching the video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get to it.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. And please don't forget to subscribe and write your comments. This is for everybody.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Question 1.
Okay.
It's about anger management.
Okay.
So personally for me, it's hard for me to keep from getting angry once I start getting angry. It's the moment it happens, whether there's cats meowing at my door at 3 a.m, or there's construction traffic in the car. I'm not getting where I'd like to get as quick as I'd like to get there.
Yeah.
So the question is, how can we swiftly release our anger when it isn't helping?
Right. You have to understand that the more you feed the anger, now anger happens, right? This is the emotion within you that came up because in your mind, you already had an idea, lack of that situation or this not happening to me makes me feel calm. So the opposite happens. Something happens that you already have an idea about, that if it happens, I'm really going to lose it. So that's all in the mind. It's a mindset, of course, the way you have constructed a thought about whatever it is in your environment. So that happens because we all think and thought happens to us. Simply that. But the more you feed the anger, what I mean by that, let's say somebody cuts you off in a driving and then you're angry about that person and you go on and explain that to your partner, your friends, you have no idea what happened to you. You keep feeding it. Everybody does that. The more you feed it, or I should say, the more unconscious people would do that. So the more you feed that anger, the bigger it gets. So you have to be aware of that. And the second thing that you need to be aware of, that anger, when it happens, it's an emotion. You have to accept that. You cannot fight it to remove it right now. You have to accept it. That acceptance, more than 50% of the way to you not having it in moments after.
Okay, so acceptance is the first step.
Accept this. I am angry right now. You can even say it to yourself right now. For that event that happened outside in my situation or condition or environment,
it's a great point.
I feel upset right now. So accept that I feel upset.
Because I don't want to accept. Because exactly. Part of it, what makes me angry is I'm trying not to be a crazy, angry, unreasonable person. And I notice that it's happening, and that pisses me off.
Yes. And mostly we have that kind of a thought because we were told, conditioned to be proper. This is not the right thing. You're not a better human being if you can't manage it and all of that sort of thing. But it doesn't teach you how to manage that emotion. So first, to accept that I am angry at this. The moment you do that, you're separating, or it's easier to separate yourself from the situation.
Yeah, you've taken a step in the right direction, which is away from identifying with the anger, I guess.
Yes.
So you can move on from there, but you can't move on until you've accepted that you are getting angry.
But some people, they say, oh yeah, I'm angry. And then they're expecting for that thing to move away, and it doesn't. And then they get more angry. So you shouldn't rush to move away from it. Let life to flow the speed it has. We are witness to life and we are the life at the same time. So when you accept that, and then you separate yourself from the condition, and then you say, I am in control of my own thoughts and feelings. I am the one. That person who pissed me off is not in my mind unless I allow him to be in my mind or her in my mind. So I am not. I am the individual in control of my thoughts and feeling. But the more angry you become, the less you feel that way. The less you feel you are the maker of your thoughts. You are the creator of your, the
Yeah.
events that you wanted to move into.
Yeah, it's a horrible feeling.
It is, yes. When I was in my 20s, I was a very angry guy. So I kept it really, calm and all that, but then I exploded. Like,
Oh man, I had some anger problems in my
yeah,
earlier 20s too. I've
yeah,
been getting better,
yeah,
but every once in a while, I whether it's because I'm late or because I forget to do
yes,
something, it's usually my own fault or my own responsibility, and then I'm just fed up with it, and
yeah,
I don't want to be responsible, and I don't want to be
yeah,
held accountable, and I just want to
yeah.
hit something and break something, but
But
it usually doesn't feel like the right move.
yes,
When I was younger, it felt like the right move more, so that's a good
hmm,
sign. Is that I'm at least acknowledging how childish it is
yes.
and doing it less.
And you have to remember every thought you have now in this moment or the moments that you've come in future for you, every thought keeps creating your future. You have to understand that. So the thought that you're creating constantly becomes a subconscious thought that it seems like has a life of its own and rules you. But actually, you did not feel in control of your thoughts for so many years and then feels like somebody else is living through you. So somebody else says, get more angry. Oh, you're right. They're wrong. It always looks for right and wrong.
Yeah,
You see, and it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with you responding to the old conditioning in the mind and you following through with more anger.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
it. That's all it
yeah.
is. Because it's a thought. Like I often tell myself, it's just a thought. If I'm not liking that person's behavior, it's just a thought I'm having about that person.
It's just a thought.
It's just a thought. Yes, that's
Okay,
right. So you separate yourself. That
separate yourself, realize you're getting angry, admit it, and then kind of move forward from that with the flow of
yes.
natural
Yes,
life.
when you accept, then you notice the moment. You notice yourself in that moment. The anger gets farther away and you're here. And farther away and you're here. And farther away you're here. And that gives you kind of a new breath to kind of center yourself, ground yourself in here and now and say, okay, you know what? Yeah, I would never allow myself to be conditioned by the situation outside of me to dictate what I am or who I am.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
you always and the opposite is true because most of us we get into relationships because we want the other person or condition to make us happy. And that's not the primary thing. You
okay.
have to be happy
Yeah,
first.
we'll save that for another question,
Okay.
another time.
All right.
Okay, this one's about family relationships.
Okay.
So actually, they're kind of in the same category there, where we
Okay.
just left off.
Okay.
So it feels like it's very hard to do the right thing in the moment when it comes to our close relationships. But in hindsight, or when you're looking at another couple, you know what the right thing to do is. You can see, oh, he should have done that, or she should have done that, or I should have done this yesterday. So, how is it that, we know exactly how to act appropriately, but when it comes to our life in the moment, we struggle and we wrestle with this moral negotiation afterwards, like in our heads, trying to, oh, well, I'm only human, or like, oh, maybe, we're struggling to,
Mm.
how do we know how to do the right thing in the moment? Why is it that we can see it in hindsight? We can see it in other people. We know what the right thing to do is.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the moment in our own relationships, how do we do the right thing?
I give you a short version of the answer. Um, the short version is that you have to realize that your happiness, your individuality is part of the whole, but at the same time, you have the power to direct your thoughts and your mind and your body the way you want it. So if I want to make somebody else happy, whether the person is close to me or not, doesn't matter. If I want to make somebody else happy, I have a motive. I have some idea, some constructive idea in my mind that already accepted it as the truth, my truth. So, and then I go ahead and do whatever I need to do to make the other person happy. But we are missing the boat on that one, big one, because we're not considering our own joy. Like, I would not do anything unless first it's joyful for me. Even, let's say, example of washing dishes. If I see pile of dishes on the side, and my first thought usually is, "Oh my God, so many dishes." That alone, that thought alone, would not allow me to enjoy washing dishes. So as soon as I see the pile of dishes, I go, I have a opportunity to enjoy every dish because I'm cleaning it the way I want it, because it feels good when I finish cleaning it up.
Really
That's
good, positive.
shifting, right? Shifting from a thought that negatively and subconsciously comes up as a reaction to environment to something that I wanted, which is joyful. I always, in a relationship or in whatever it is that I do, I always remind myself, I want to feel good. I don't want anything else. I want to feel good. So, therefore, my feeling good of doing anything or saying anything or acting in any way, it's all about win-win situation.
Okay, so it's less about what to do if this happens or what to do
Right.
here. It's more about setting like a baseline of
Yes.
feeling joyful. And that way your interaction with these people in your life, it's going to be kind of with a huge backdrop of joy no matter what happens.
100%. I
Okay.
like that when you say baseline, because the baseline, it's you, but actually it's not the baseline, it's the highest line you can bring to yourself, because
Yeah.
because you are full of your
Okay.
own generated
Okay.
energy that anybody knows that, oh, without words, anybody feels, anybody comes to your vicinity of your energy field, knows that, okay, I feel good standing beside this person. Just feeling, we're not talking here.
Right.
So when you come from that point of view, or that space and time in your
And that perspective too.
Yeah,
Because your energy is one thing.
Yeah.
And then your perspective is how people can communicate with you. And so you have a good energy, baseline or high note, whatever you prefer.
Yeah,
I guess okay. And then you have this good energy.
Yes.
And then you share that you have that also in your perspective.
Yes.
So that when you do communicate intentionally with people about specific things, whether you offend somebody or whether you neglect to show that you love somebody, you're able to communicate that you weren't trying to do that, or that you don't like that you did that, and that you want to get to a point where you can show them that you really do love.
Yeah.
So okay, so the baseline, and then having that good energy, and then transferring it into how you communicate with.
Right. You're not actually do the transforming. You're only responsible for your own feelings. So I keep
kind of just
that
automatically. Yeah.
The byproduct of you staying at high energy level,
Okay.
which is nothing but loving.
It's like a plant
Yeah.
it needs the sun, which would be the joy. So as long as it
Yes,
gets the sun,
that's
the
right.
flowers will come out.
Perfectly done.
Okay.
Yes. And then ultimately, you know what's the right thing to do. And the right thing to do is anything that brings you joy that has a win-win result.
Okay.
Win for me and win for you. Win for me and somebody else.
Yeah, because
But there is a joy in that for me first.
Because real joy is sharing it with somebody else.
But
Also.
you automatically do that. You're only responsible to align yourself with the joy, with a high energy, high vibrational energy. When you align yourself with a high vibrational energy, for instance, love is the highest vibrational energy. Hate and disappointment, anger, lowest. These are vibrational energy that these are measured by physicists also. So you can absolutely, when you're loving to yourself, no matter what happened in your past, no matter how many times happened, no matter how severe it was or not, you are ultimately in this moment are the most loving being that you can be to yourself. If you disconnect yourself from your memories of the past, which is thoughts.
Okay, so don't stay attached to the past so that you can be in the moment and full of joy so that everything else just clicks.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
All right, number 3.
Okay.
This is about work and purpose.
Uh-huh.
So if you only like what you do for a living and there's something you'd love to do, how does that unfulfillment evolve? So if you never make the leap to a place in life where you love what you do, what happens to you?
You have to first find a reason or something within that job that you like that is some miniature love in it.
So this is before you even make the leap to
because
a career and a passion or something.
Right. You have one sort of a foot in that direction that you're always following. I actually did that myself in my life. So I had to work different jobs, but I always wanted to get to where I am today because I felt it in every cell of my body. This is what I was born for. But I did a lot of other jobs around, but I always did them with some kind of a joy in it for me. Like if I let's say delivered pizza, I found joy in seeing new face as a customer and I would give them their pizza they purchased.
So like there's a piece of each job that you brought to your passion in your career.
Absolutely.
You have all these different jobs. And each one of them, there's moments in there.
Absolutely. But did I
have those moments now in your in your passionate job?
100% well put. Because there is good in every little thing, but not all of that little thing you love.
Of course not. Not everybody who pumps gas loves everything about pumping gas.
Yeah, maybe and maybe not.
Some do, maybe.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, in the right store, in the right town, in the right.
And why is that important? The reason that is important because you re-emphasizing to yourself that I want to feel good, even if it's a little bit of my job. You know, most of us leave jobs and we want to survive. We want to get money. We wanted to put our efforts and get money so we can spend it the way we want it. That's empowering yourself. So you find something there because it feels good for me. For me, it was seeing new faces. I remember when I was going to university, almost 37 years ago or so, or even more, maybe 40, I drove a taxi for a while. And in my taxi, no matter who came into the taxi, for me, as if, I brought a UFO in there. Like that curious I was of them to see who they are, what they're thinking, what their ambitions are. Have they ever loved anybody? Are they Are they where they want to go in life?
You're
And
just a future therapist.
that's right. That's right.
Just
And they walked.
hoping that they give you some
That's right.
therapy scraps.
Oh, absolutely.
Give
And
you something.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they came into the car, and then this console was full of books, because I would sit down and wait for a client and just read books and all the psychology books. And then they come and go, "Oh, what is this? This is look like a library." I said, "Yeah." And then I would be happy about that because they noticed it. And then that struck a conversation. So every little thing, there is something that you can connect with. Connect as much as possible. Let me give you an example of the spokes in a wheel of bicycle. You see the center, but has many lines to the outside ring. You are the outside ring, and every line is connection to your center, your core, your inner being. So it has a different connection to different space.
So your core being the axle, the tire being you, and the spokes are
your connections.
Your connections to yourself.
Yeah, your higher self. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of reinventing the wheel. Okay. Questions from the audience.
Oh, perfect.
Now we have passed to that section.
Yes.
So this one is anonymous.
Okay.
They wanted to be kept anonymous.
Okay.
So how do you let go of past trauma?
The essence of who you are, if you cannot see it as part of this bigger intelligence. And when I talk about bigger intelligence, I'm not talking about the wishy-washy, woo-hoo things in life. For instance, this intelligence is everything and everywhere. The food I eat, if I peel a banana, my favorite fruit, if I peel a banana and eat it, this banana, this intelligence turns it into me. When I eat bread, turns into me. So this intelligence is everywhere. You have to know that this body got abused, or this mind got abused by whomever. And the more you connect with that, the more you connect with the past, the more you say, that is my reality. But in reality, that is not your reality anymore now. It is a thought. It is a memory that you keep alive in your mind. So it would be just like I constantly walk around with the hot water in my cup in my hand all the time. Go, why don't you put it down? Because you can use both hands. No, that's a piece of who I am. When you identify with your trauma of the past, for whatever reason, often because the severity of shock of that violation, you really feel that part of you was abused and is gone. But actually, your part of you, which is the deepest intelligence, never gets destroyed. You can abuse the body and the mind and all of that, but that real being of you, it never gets abused. But that doesn't mean you have to become someone who is so split in their mind, and then they say, oh, I'm not going to pay attention to my body anymore. I'm going to live in that mindset that I'm healthy and I'm all that. I'm faking it. Most people faking healthy or positivism. You have to really look at it in a realistic way. The realistic way is, I am the intelligence. My body in such time in the past was abused, and for whatever reason, often we are abused by people who were abused themselves before. So then I am not that person which I am now. So you use timeline to separate yourself from the past to now. We often drag our past to present moment. And we all know that intellectually, but we don't behave in such way. And that becomes more problematic because we keep feeding that trauma. We keep saying to ourselves, I am that person who was abused.
Okay.
And then the abuse, the memory of it, lingers further the more you think about it, because we act on the abuse. So if I abused in the past by somebody shut me up all the time, mentally, emotionally was abused, never gave, I was neglected and never gave me a chance to be myself. Now I overtalk over everybody else. I want to assert myself. I want to make sure everybody knows I am logical, I am good. So all of this can be the response to the trauma, rather than saying, that's not me at all. I am who I am now, and I choose to be this. I, I want to feel good. Therefore, I don't need to have anything done for me to feel good. I just feel good sitting here. I don't have to watch TV or shoot heroin or eat too much or gamble or whatever to feel
Right.
good. The essence of who I am already is good.
So could you say that whenever it happened, when you were traumatized or you had some abuse, it grew and it didn't go away because you didn't understand that it was just something that happened to you at one point in your life? So when you're young, I think especially it's hard to disconnect what happens to you to what is your fault. And you carry it with
Sometimes.
you a lot
Yeah.
closer.
Yeah.
A lot closer.
Yeah.
So when you get older and you go to therapy, or when you kind of are able to process what happened to you, healing from it is what you said. It means letting it go by disconnecting the part of it from you that is what you're identifying as yourself.
Yes.
So you're not really what happened to you.
Yes.
It was a
And-
memory, and it was a thought, and
Correct.
it was an experience,
Yes.
but that's not who you have to be.
Yes, because most of the time people so much identify with their own thought that when they look at the thought that was abused 50 years ago, yesterday, doesn't matter. That thought, it's me. Because I trained myself that I'm always this and this and this and this and
Well,
that.
it's so visceral too. When you
Yes, it is.
remember it, when you smell something that triggers it,
Yes.
you're not thinking in full healthy sentences. You're
Yes.
thinking in flashes of memory and
Correct.
experience, and
Sometimes that
it
happens
just
too. Yes.
overwhelms and rushes through you. So I guess it's hard to disconnect it because in your brain you're there again.
Correct. And that's why you accept that moment that you're there.
So it can be harder for some people,
Yes.
depending on what happened.
But you sit with it. That something happens in an environment that you triggers you, and then you look at it and go, oh my gosh. And then you feel it, your emotions, your body, absolutely. There is a physical
So
response to
kind of
it.
like with the anger, you
Yes.
kind of have to observe and acknowledge
Exactly.
that you're feeling it.
That's right. You accept that. Oh, for me, and actually, when my father died in front of me when I was 10, that every time, like when a neighbor passed away and I was trying to resuscitate the neighbor, to me was as if, in one sense, you can say I was reviving my father as a child in my mind. But I knew that was just my mind, that was just my memories. I was allowing to take over me.
Because you've done some work on it.
Right.
So
That's
if
right.
someone had neglected to acknowledge their trauma and their
Yes.
responses to triggers in that area, then whenever something that would happen like that to them, then they would just be in that trauma again.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So you accept that you are there, and then little separation happens between that thought and you recognizing, oh, this is just happening to me in my mind. And then the more you separate yourself, or the more you notice that, you feel the separation. Actually, you don't have to say, oh, I don't want to feel that, I don't want to feel that, because the moment you say I don't want to feel that, you're actually feeling that.
You're
just like
you're admitting that it's changing you on a physiological level.
Yeah, just like
So
most people.
Yeah. The more separate you get, the less it affects you unconsciously.
Attempt to separate.
Yeah.
See, just like most people know, if we say, oh, don't think of pink elephant, don't think pink elephant. You are thinking pink elephant. So it's not about denial. It's about accepting the moment that right now I have just been triggered by whatever, and I'm feeling very heavy right now. And then just notice that in that heaviness, that you almost realize that you are not your thoughts, you are not your body, you are not your mind, and I'm just right here. I'm safe. I've no fire going around, nobody's shooting me, I'm safe here. So then when you recognize the safety, sense of safety with you here, then the thought separates easily.
You don't lose control.
No. But if you don't notice that, then the fear of the past, the memory of past gets bigger and bigger. It's a dark cloud over you. You're carrying it for months and weeks.
Mm.
So you really have to recognize that this is a memory and this is me. When that separation happens, it just by you witnessing it, you're not doing anything, then you realize, wow, I have more control to choose different thoughts. So
Okay,
I got
okay.
triggered in my environment by that thought.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to choose different thoughts. All of a sudden, I would look at my hands. I go, you know what? I really feel good when I look at my hand, or something about yourself.
Okay.
And stay with that feeling good. That feeling good boosts
Yeah.
the separation even more.
Okay. Okay, so acknowledge, like the anger, acknowledge that
Accept,
you're
yeah.
feeling a response,
Yep.
create that space to observe it,
Mhm.
and then kind of think about something about yourself that you like.
Yes, that's right. And not just think of it, feel it.
Mm.
What did you do? Something that you really
Anything,
enjoyed
right?
yourself. It could be anything.
Yeah.
And then
I
you
like
go,
my ears.
that's right. Or I like how I talked to Isa the other day. Oh, that feels great. I'm a good father and all of that. You sit with that.
Yeah.
And the moment you start allowing feeling good to come inside, the trigger, the thought of not feeling good steps back.
Okay.
And the more you do that in the long run, your thought or your ego, your false self, realizes you are more in control of your thoughts. So even though dumps negative thoughts on you, realizes, oh, you're becoming more good director of your own thoughts because you choose feeling good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. That was good.
Okay. We have.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that question.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
And we have one more final question from Tammy Zink -D4R. Says this one is about stagnant versus change.
Aha.
So we all go through a stagnant time periodically on this journey in life. How do you know when those times change our behaviors? And what do you do to implement, to course correct, to change the trajectory?
That's a good one. Tammy, thank you so much for sending that question. I wanted to understand a little bit deeper, but let me just respond. If I'm not answering your question, please let me know, and I'll clarify more later on in the next videos. But what I understand is that actually, you know what? Can you read me that question again?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay.
Thank you.
How do you know when those times change our behaviors? And what do you implement to course correct, to change the trajectory?
Mm-hmm.
So
well, let me respond to the last part of the question. You corrected by constantly focusing on what feels good. Your ultimate work in this life, in my humble opinion, is that for you to feel good. Something I learned when I did some work in palliative care, and the people who were dying on my shift, they taught me that, not directly, but I learned from them that they always said, don't wait till last minute or last breath of your life to recognize you could do better. So don't wait for that moment. Do it now. So when you are feeling good in the here and now, you're already shifting, you're already correcting. And the first part of it is that the more we look at more stagnant part of our life, the more stagnant we become in life. If you want it to be go all the time and always moving with life, feeling that you're always having this flow of life within you and you're going for it, don't judge it. Don't see it as a bad thing at all. And don't see the stagnant as a bad thing either. So that requires for us not to judge our situation, conditions, feelings, and all of that. Just accept where you're at, because no matter what it is, we are the director of our own thoughts and feelings or our lives. So what your thoughts are always makes your life. So because we're not trusting that, we constantly see this stagnation all the time. But if you keep trusting, I want to feel good and I deserve it, I am the intelligence, that part of this intelligence of whole life, then I have within me the mechanism to shift my thoughts. So you have to have a clean thought, meaning no judgment about what's good, what's not good, or what happened or what's not happening. All of that has to be dropped. And yes, it happened in the past. It was a sort of a cycle. Let's say I had it for a long time. It doesn't matter. It was past. What I want now, to feel good. No matter what situation is, I want to feel good. Who doesn't want to feel good? If we stop anybody, let's say in the downtown, stay with a pen and paper, and stop 100 people, ask them simple question: do you like war or peace? From 100 people you stop, probably 99% or somewhere around there would say peace. But if you go into the individual mindset, you see is actually the opposite. Most people, and I'm not saying you at all, but most people have war within themselves and expect peace. That can't happen. You have to align what you believe, what you feel inside, with the life outside. So I am responsible for making this peace within myself, which is to feel good, to feel loving for myself. And then do that long enough, you see positive changes in your environment. And simply because the vibrational energy that you become, life will respond to that.
Okay, so it's a bit like if you imagine music, and stagnant is like going off pitch.
Yes.
Going off key.
Yeah.
Right. So you notice it when something doesn't feel good.
That's right.
You're going off pitch.
Correct.
The sound is not.
It doesn't feel good.
Yeah. You don't feel good, and the sound is going off.
Yeah.
That's the two comparisons. And then how do you course correct? How do you come back to that? Is you bring the pitch back to the right note.
Yeah, but
so
you can
you feel good. You create that feeling good vibrational energy again.
Yes.
And that's kind of like the guitar being tuned back up.
Exactly.
Because over time, even if you don't play a guitar, over a few days, it can slip out of tune.
Correct.
So I guess...
so the tuning part here, mentally, emotionally, is for you aligning yourself with that feeling good that you want. Just focus on that. Keep that thought in your mind. How does it feel to feel good?
Like a tuning fork.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have this thing that has the perfect note on it.
Exactly.
You hit it, you put it on the guitar, and you find that perfect note. So if you lose your tuning fork and you don't have this right note, then you're not going to feel like the song isn't going to make sense. The note is going to be off pitch.
Yeah.
So if you say your tuning fork is your ability to reset your own vibrational energies, to be that joyful center.
Yes.
And
that's right.
If you have that tuning fork, that joyful center reset ability, then you can make it happen.
That's right.
Whenever it needs to happen, whenever you need to be reset.
Correct. That is correct. So but you have to, most of us don't let go of the past or what happened to us, especially the one that had a very strong emotional response to it. We don't forget that. And in reality, it's just like, let me
Well,
give you
that's
an
part of
example.
that bad
Yeah,
vibrational energy.
that's right. Because
You're holding on to that memory,
that's right.
and you're not able to tune back to the right note.
And while I'm holding on to the bad memory, I keep telling myself, why am I not feeling good? Why am I not feeling
And
good?
you're playing this depressing
Playing
off-key
this,
song.
that's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you have to be patient enough with yourself to build up enough momentum for life to give you all that you want.
Mm.
Yes, and it will come.
Mm.
That's the manifestation. It will come to you if you 100% know and believe in loving you and knowing that you are piece of this life. So life is not outside of you. It's you. Everything is life.
And then I guess the last thing would be, once everything comes to you, now you have to appreciate it.
Oh,
Because sometimes people, they wish for everything.
That's right.
They get it.
That's
and
right.
then they're
They
not
don't-
able
yeah.
to be grateful for it.
Yeah, because ego, as soon as says, oh, I want this, I want this. So let's say that's a new car. They get the new car. In a week after that, they forget that how good that felt.
They forget who they were.
Yeah, and then they
ago.
get relaxed with it, and then they wish for another thing. Oh, I want now that thing.
And if
you
they
know?
could talk to their younger self, the
Yeah.
younger self would be like, "You got it.
Yeah, you got
What
it.
are you upset about?
That is the life now.
You have it."
Everything is here and now. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
We're good.
We're good.
Responded.
That's
I
everything.
really thank you for all who watch and everyone who participate. Again, please do not forget to hit the subscribe and also comments. I really, really, our intention,
Yes.
I want to say it again, our intention is not only to enjoy ourselves and explore our own thoughts and feelings with each other as a father-son, but also we wanted to open it to everybody. So please comment, bring your comments in. We love it.
Yes, we do. And we'll be here.
Yes,
We'll be here
right.
next time.
That's right.
So thank you very much.
Many blessings.
Take care.
Love to all.